fucking government. Have you heard what they're doing now?
No.
They're charging nurses and doctors up to £1,000 a year on average to park outside the hospital where they work.
They've done that in Wales for years. They've only just stopped doing it.
Oh my! When I heard that, mate, I got so angry.
Do you know why?
These people save our lives and we treat them like shit.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why?
It drives me crazy.
Do you know why they've done it?
Why?
Because they sold the contracts for their car parks to private companies.
You fuckers. You absolute fucks.
Wales.
You fucks.
Wales was the only place in the UK that still had that enforced.
Fucking fucks.
And then they stopped it, and now they've started it in
It's
England.
outrageous. It's outrageous.
If
I'm angry for the NHS.
If anybody deserves a free hall pass, it's them.
Now look, can we do a I have a complaint to make. Yeah. Right, I could fix this country real quick, real easy. There's lots of little things that I would change almost immediately, right? And if you're asking me the question, I know you weren't.
I'm asking you the question.
But if you're asking me the question, what I would do if I was in charge?
Dan, what would you do if you were in charge?
Thank you. I'll tell you. Right?
Tell me, Dan.
Now, from a psychology perspective, nurses in particular, and doctors, but more nurses than doctors, I'm going to upset some people here, but nurses in particular cannot be paid a big wage, right?
Yeah.
It's unethical for them to be paid a big wage because you don't want people in that position who are motivated by money. You want people in that position who are motivated to care. So the quickest way to get rid of all the people who are money driven is to bring the salary down to 10 grand a year.
Which
right?
makes it horrific. That's not.
No. Hear me out.
It's not enough.
Hear me out. So the salary for a nurse, if I was in charge, the salary for a nurse would be 20 grand a year, right? Then fuck all. Nothing, right? Not enough. Not enough.
Nowhere near
it's not enough, right? But that would be the salary, right? And then on top of that, I would enforce either free rent for nurses or a significant 80-90% fund to pay their mortgage, whatever their mortgage might be, right?
Yeah.
I haven't stopped there.
Okay.
Right?
He's still going.
The other thing I'd do would give them all a petrol card or a train card or whatever. If they want an electric bike, you give them a voucher to get a bike. Whatever the transport is to get to work, certainly not fucking parking. There's no way I would charge a nurse parking. And you'd make it so it's free travel, essentially free home accommodation. You don't have to worry about that bill.
Or at least reductions.
Absolutely, a huge reduction. And then the other thing would be food vouchers. Right, food vouchers, so that half, if not more, of their weekly essential foods are paid for, and they don't have to worry about it.
If they're not fit and healthy,
if they're not
eating good food,
no, it's stress management. Yeah. Healthy and stress management. The nurses at the moment, I fucking love you guys. I love you. You have no idea how much respect I have for the NHS and the nurses and the doctors, and everyone in that team. You know,
it takes a big team.
The carers, the groundsmen, the fucking the whole thing. The receptionists, everyone. Huge amount of respect. You've got to put up with so much bullshit, right? But there's no denying most nurses are obese, right? And the reason they're obese is because they're stressed to fuck. They work 12-hour days, 4 or 5 days a week. They've got life shit on top of that. They've got the financial stress because they get paid fuck all. It's a cocktail to eat more, right? And then they snack at work. I've worked with so many nurses. They snack throughout the day. They get the most convenient things because they're stressed to fuck. Because they have the most essential life job. They have the most essential job. There's no job more important than a nurse or a doctor's job, in my opinion, right? So it's paramount that the country ensure that those individuals in particular are stress-free. Remove all stresses. Give them free food, free travel, free accommodation. Give them a salary so they can go in and give them 6, 7, 8 weeks a year holiday. Make that the fucking job, right? So they don't have to worry.
Look what they went through in COVID, and this is how we're treating them.
Aim, preach, sister. Preach.
Fuck me. These people went through. There was war situations in these hospitals. They were like. It was like E.T. They were head to toe. They were worried. People were not seeing their families because they were caring for us. They were looking after us. And then we want to go and treat them even worse.
And now we're charging them car parking tickets. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgraceful.
How quickly people forget. And people are up in arms over stupid fucking things. And the real things they're not even bothered about.
It's disgusting and disgraceful.
We should start a petition.
I know you're probably thinking, Dan, it's all very well saying that, but how are you going to fucking fund it? Well, the first thing I would do is legalise weed. And shut up, you don't know what you're talking about if you don't think that's a good idea.
Shut, we don't smoke weed if you don't know what
No, you don't even have to smoke weed, right? You have to understand it's a fucking plant. It grows out of the ground. It's the most natural thing you can possibly get. And your body has cannabinoid receptors all over it. Every muscle and every nerve, every bone has a cannabinoid receptor. Cannabis in particular is a pain reliever.
Which is why they're now prescribing it to people.
Thankfully, I've got a prescription.
Yeah, you have.
But it's just fucking annoying. That one of the most medicinal plants out there we've made illegal.
And you can be arrested for
it. Mate, do you know there's guys in prison in America for 50, 60 years because they had a 10 bag of weed on them.
It's insane.
It's insane.
But even though they've changed the laws in a lot of states, they haven't let them out of the prisons. They're still in there.
I know. There's so many things I'd fucking change. So I'd legalise weed straight away, and I'd also legalise heroin, and I'd legalise cocaine and meth and all the street drugs. I could legalise them instantly. I'd create factory after factory, jobs after jobs to clean those drugs up, take them off the fucking streets, make it purified, make it clean, offer dispensary kits for those that want to use it, offer it at a very reasonable price so the addiction doesn't become life-destroying, and then offer them therapy and medical aid to help them through the difficult process that they have, because nobody's a fucking addict without immense emotional trauma. So it's fucking trauma. The government should be making it a priority to fix people's emotional trauma, to reduce their fucking stress levels, and to treat us with a little bit of fucking respect and give us some fucking support. That's what the government should be doing. But no, they're all profiting off each other. The corrupt fucking mandates. It's just insanity. It's insanity. More people were made billionaires during COVID than any other time in history. It's insanity that that's even a stat.
And then you've got Matt Hancock.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Fucking opinions. And WhatsApp messages from him and Boris. And you're like...
Specifically stating, he said, and I quote, "We need to scare the shit out of the public with the new variant." That is the man that was a fucking MP. He was working for us. He
was trusted. He was voted to be where he was by the people who fucking trusted him. He should be ashamed of himself.
Should be ashamed of himself.
Anyway, the nurses.
The nurses. Thank you, guys.
We love you. And everybody who worked through COVID to get us through the other side so that we weren't stuck in this horrible cycle. But we all need to stick together and still support each other. And I think that's sort of diluting down a lot now.
Well, we've lost community.
Yeah.
If there's one positive COVID had, is that after it, people came together like with more cement. Do you know what I mean? There was more necessity and urgency to want to be with a loved one. So
like me and my neighbours got so close.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, my one neighbour, he died during COVID, but I got to know him. And he was an older man, and he reminded me of my dad. He was really set in his ways. He was like, everyone in the street said he's lived there for like 15 years and he don't fucking speak to no one, cat.
Right.
But he spoke to me.
Right.
Right, because you know me, I'll speak to anyone. Yeah. And we got on. And
wearing a low-cut top that day, were you?
Probably. And like, I go and do his shopping and all the rest of it for him. And he was a lovely, lovely guy. And unfortunately, he passed away during COVID. But it was just...
It's coming for us all.
It was an opportunity to get to know the people around you. And I feel quite honoured that I do know my neighbours very well now.
That's lovely. Yeah. And that was a big benefit of after it happening. It did bring everyone closer together, similar to what war did, I would imagine. And like the World Cup after COVID, or was it during COVID? I can't quite remember now.
I think the World Cup was after, wasn't it?
There was a World Cup around the COVID.
Yeah, it was after because they were only allowed so many people in there.
And the patriotism was, I could see it. You know, I could see us binding together because we were all going through this shite. So there was
we needed something to focus
these
on.
Points of unification in sport and music, and it was nice to see.
And like a Thursday night going out and clapping for the NHS. All that's been
forgotten.
Was lovely.
That was lovely.
It's been forgotten, and now they want to do this.
Yeah, guys. But I'm sure they would have preferred a check for a couple of £100 every month rather than fucking claps.
Guys, in the comments, please let us know if you were a nurse or you were in any of the services during COVID and how you found it.
Talking of doctors, have you phoned them yet?
No. I'm not home till tomorrow.
Right, you're no longer allowed to speak on the show. That's it, you're done. You're done. Guys, thanks for coming to the World Cup. I can't do it without you. Come on. I just can't instantly fall apart. Instantly. Well, welcome to the World Cup. It's FIFA BBC Radio 1. What?
It's the Dan
Why haven't you booked? Yeah, it is the Dan Wheeler Show. Thank you. Why haven't you booked the doctors?
Is this the complaint button?
Yes.
Bring what you got. We're going